So today I want to talk about how to know if you actually want to become a footballer and anything else in life for that matter of fact. So let me tell you a story about when I was chatting to my boy. So obviously I'm in college. College in the UK is what, 16 to 18. So I'm in college, I'm chatting to one of my boys and he asked me, he's like, JT, if football doesn't work out, what do you want to be when you get older? I was thinking, I thought for a moment, I just said, yeah, I probably want to be an accountant. And he was like, why do you want to be an accountant though? I was like, because they make bare money in it. They probably make, on average, they probably make what, 80K after a few years or something like that. That's what I said. And then obviously, and then after that, he started listing out like all the negatives of becoming an accountant. He said, oh, they work long hours. You're probably not even gonna be able to see your wife and kids. Wife's gonna be cheating on you and that, all of all of that. And I was thinking, nah, you know what, you're right, yeah. Bun all of that, forget all of that. I'm not trying to be an accountant at all. So yeah, I tell this story to say that when you want to become something in life, you don't really want to think about the rewards and the benefits, because no matter what job you do, the rewards and the benefits you want are probably going to be all the same. We all probably want money, right? That's number one. We all probably want money, and if we can get fame and recognition with that as well, that's lovely. But we all pretty much want the same benefits from the jobs we're doing, and obviously something that we like as well, pretty much. However, the main thing you have to think about is the challenges that you'd face and the sacrifice you have to make to gain these things. Because obviously, as you could tell from the story, when he said them 12 to 16-hour shifts, I was like, nah. When he said all of that, all of them number crunching and all of that stuff, I was like, nah, that sounds dead. I'm not trying to do that. So yeah, you have to think about. I'm making this video to say that you have to think about, when you're becoming a footballer, you have to think about if you're willing to make those sacrifices, if you're willing to deal with the negatives that comes with, first of all, with comes with trying to make it, trying to climb up the ranks to make it to the pro level, but also at the pro level, the difficulties you're gonna have to face as well. So let me chat to you about that. So firstly, I want to talk about on your way up to becoming a pro. Obviously, if you're in an academy, it's a completely different route. Obviously, you're gonna have your own challenges of constantly being scrutinized by the coaches, always pretty much always feeling under pressure to compete. Um, if you get injured, you're scared of losing your place, or pretty much all of that. Always just fighting for the next contract, fighting for the next contract. For example, 12 to 14, 14 to 16, 16 to 18. You're always on your way up. You're gonna face challenges. You're probably not gonna be able to pretty much be a normal kid. You're probably gonna have to dedicate your life to pretty much becoming a footballer. Especially the people around you as well. They're once they see that you have the ability to be in an academy, they're probably gonna be like, yo, you have to lock in. You're probably not gonna be able to do what your friends are doing, going out linking girls, all of this. Linking girls, eating mad junk food. Pretty much you're pretty much not allowed to be you're not a normal kid at that point, you know what I'm saying? So you're gonna have to make sacrifice from a really young age. And yeah, if you obviously all of those sacrifices, that's what comes with it. So if you're ready to make those sacrifices, then you're probably ready to become a footballer. But if not, if you don't really want it like that, if that seems too much for you, then maybe it's not for you, you know what I'm saying? Maybe you have to try to pivot, try to see a different route. And then for the people who are older, who are probably like around the age of 18, 19, 20, but still have dreams of wanting to become a professional footballer, these sacrifices are a lot harder, because one, you're probably gonna have to be traveling far distances if you're playing semi-pro. It's very unlikely you're gonna have just a team in your vicinity. You're probably gonna have to travel a lot. That's petrol money. Plus, you're working like a full time. You're not full time, maybe full time job, maybe part time job. Obviously, you guys know about the story of Jamie Vardy being a bricklayer before he, I think when it was at, what was it, Stockbridge Steels or something like that? Before he went to Leicester, I'm pretty sure he was like a bricklayer or something. So obviously you're gonna have to deal with the stresses of doing a part-time job, probably paying bills, petrol money, like I said, and and yeah, pretty much all of those. As well as this, you're probably gonna feel behind in life, especially if you're, let's say you're 23, 24, 25, 26, and you still haven't showed signs that you're really trying to make it. You're probably gonna feel behind. You're gonna see your other friends who've got like 9 to 5 jobs, or they're doing businesses. They've got their own houses. They've got a nicer car than you, a nicer house than you. They've probably got a girlfriend now, maybe even kids. You know what I'm saying? So you're probably gonna feel behind in life. Also, you're gonna have pressure from probably your parents saying, "All right, now you're 24, 25. What are you trying to do with your life? This football thing's not really going anywhere." So obviously, you're gonna hear all that external noise coming from you. Your friends are probably gonna start pressuring you as well, saying, I got this job offer for you. This football thing's not working. Come work with me. Come do this. Come do that. So if you really want to become a pro footballer, you're gonna have to block out all that. You're gonna have to block out all that noise and just keep grinding. Just keep going up to the top. And obviously, a lot of people succumb to that pressure. They crumble under the pressure because they're like, I don't know, like 25, I'm 24, I'm 23. It's not really happening for me. Let me try a pivot. But obviously, if you're willing to stick it out, if you really believe in yourself, you're willing to stick it out, then hey, you could be onto winner. You could make it one day, and then you're like, all of that was worth it. But yeah, it's tough. It's tough when you have everyone around you saying, all right, what are you gonna do now? This football thing's not working. And yeah, when nobody believes in you, it's peak. You could start doubting yourself, but you have to block all that noise out. So yeah, that's another thing that you're gonna have to face on your way. And obviously, if you do make it, let's say you do make it, you become a pro, maybe League Two, League One, Championship, Premier League, whatever, or even a different league abroad, for example. Even when you do make it, even as a pro footballer, there's still challenges that come with it. There's the media scrutiny when you have a bad game. Let's say you play for a big club and you've had a bad run of games. You see the age of social media now. You start becoming a meme. Guys like Maguire, guys like Anthony, they're just memes now. So are you ready to deal with that? If you have a few bad games, people making memes of you, you just feel like everyone's onto you type thing. It must feel like everyone's just onto them. Sometimes you feel bad for these players. Just everyone's onto them. Everyone's watching their every move. Like it's honestly tough, but that's what comes with the job. So if you're ready to if you can deal with that, then hey, then you could then you're good. This is probably for you. You could probably be a pro baller. But if that sounds too much for you, I don't know. Like you probably have to go find another thing to do. You know what I'm saying? And then obviously there's training every day, even when you don't feel like it. And then obviously there's you got so many matches. Obviously some days you get out of bed, you're just like, I don't feel like it. But you're just gonna have to. It's not like a 9 to 5 where you can just call in sick and just be like, yo, I can't come in today type thing. You just have to get out there on the pitch and perform basically. Because the fans don't care. Your manager doesn't care. Your teammates don't care about what you're going through. You just have to step on the pitch and perform. So even the days you don't feel like training, even on match days when you don't feel like it, you don't feel really up to it. You still have to learn how to perform and all of that. As well as that, you have to sacrifice friends. You probably sacrifice friends. Let's say on your way up, when you were, let's say you've climbed your way up from semi-pro to League Two to League One. Now you're in the big time. Now you're in the Prem. You probably had to cut off a lot of friends. You probably gonna have to find a new friendship group because yeah, everyone you had to leave everyone behind on your way up. And then obviously, last one is handling fame. Basically, pretty much anytime you go out, you're a celebrity now. So you can't move like how you did back in the day. You have to move differently. You have to move cautiously. You know, people are pretty much watching your every move. You know, if you do something even a little bit out of line, you're gonna be on the news that day. Sky Sports News. You were doing this. You were doing that. You know they're coming for you. They're on your head pretty much. So yeah, obviously you can't really. You have to, as well as that, you have to sort of put on a fake persona. You know these players who are like media trained. They just give the media trained answer like the interviewer will ask, "Oh, so how do you feel about the game? You just bagged the hat trick. How do you feel?" Well, it's just about the 3 points. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just happy for the win. You just have to move on every game. Knowing damn well inside your gas, but you can't really show it. You have to, what's it called, media train answer. In the change room, these guys are probably going back gas like, yeah, about the hat trick. I'm like that. But obviously they can't really do that in the media. They just have to sort of dim down their answers for the media. Obviously, some players are who they are in the media, but most of them just have to give media trained answers. So yeah, pretty much have to put on a fake persona, and yeah, just because that's what comes with the job, pretty much. So yeah. So in conclusion, to pretty much become a pro footballer, you pretty much have to give up so many things, and you pretty much have to dedicate your life to this shit. I'm not gonna lie, like there's certain guys who are getting trained up by their dad at 6 years old. You see these guys on social media. They're constantly training. They're like 6 years old because that's pretty much what it takes. You have to literally dedicate your life to this, but you have to dedicate your life and it's not even a guarantee that you make it. So that's a good indicator to know if you really want to be a professional footballer is to ask yourself, even if I was to fail, even if I was not to not make it, would I still play football? Would I still play football just out of the enjoyment of it, just because I like getting better as a player. I think that's a good indicator to know if football if it's really for you. Because if you're just playing for the benefits of it, if you're just playing for the money, for the fame, for the girls, you know what I'm saying? It's a bit like you know what I'm saying? You're not gonna put in that work. You're gonna fall short basically. So the good indicator is to know if you really want to do this is to be like, okay, would I still be training if I knew if you knew you were guaranteed to fail, would you still do that? And that applies to so many other jobs, whether it's a businessman, whether you want to be an actor, whether a lawyer, all of that. Would you still put in that same amount of work if you knew you were to fail? And I think if the answer is yes, then you got then you're on a good path. You should continue to pursue football. But if the answer is no, you should probably what's it called? Probably pivot, change options, because yeah, if you're just thinking about the rewards, and you're not gonna be motivated to deal with all the sacrifices, all the bad things that come with the game, basically. So yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about today. I hope you enjoyed the vid. It's been JT, and I'm out.